Globally, 85% of infertility is because of infections, typically the chlamydia and the gonorrhea.
Your time is up. Thank you so much.
Okay. Since I've been mentioned, I can react to what comment Chinda just
yes. I haven't finished my point.
Remember,
let me finish my point so that my brother can continue.
Does the Patriotic Front know the kind of damage they have done to our economy and to our country? I do not.
The alleged abduction of Pamela Chisupa, and this case has really kept us on our toes. And as much as
nobody has been acquitted from this new dawn administration cases that have been started. There's nobody that has been acquitted. Okay.
CJ, foreplay. I'm not talking about jump and begin acting like a kangaroo. No, foreplay. Many of us as Africans, we lack this virtue. This is not there.
Yeah, the time kwaje ku Malabo. What's about the first game twale tena wa Senegal. I think very tutasana underrated because even the home up, you can see the way they are doing home up. Bare munakati bora na wawina kale nyo.
It's actually good if you start creating competition in the team. If you don't create competition, then you will have a problem. Who to replace when one is injured?
The names people have been calling me, I accepted them and I welcomed them. But what I would prefer being called as a nickname, I would prefer being called Sambalung.
From it, we can't make the Bible fit us and have things that make Esther feel good and things that Esther doesn't really feel good about, she'll edit out.
We're trying to represent Zambia from a different side of things. We just don't want to be regular, you know what I'm saying? We try to package ourselves to Africa and the world.
Good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu channel on the program called My Point of View. And to host it, my name is Chaza right here. We shall be together just like any other Saturday evening, an hour of, the program. And to join me tonight is Chibonta Jule. And the usual panelists who definitely get to join us later on right here on the program. Remember, this program is designed for you to add your voice to react to the stories and headlines of the week. And so far, I do have, two, panelists right here Chibonta Jule, and also Mr. Mukelebai. Chibonta Jule, CJ, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Charles. I hope you've had a great day, and it's great to be on our point of view once again.
Yes, indeed. It's been a great day, and the Zambia National Trade Fair is ongoing. So the Copper Belt is actually on fire.
Yeah. My road besiali che jammed makasenshi mushidi roads, those ones.
All the roads are actually jammed up, you know. Yeah, but it's definitely good to have you here. Mr. Mkelebai, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Chaza and CJ. Hope everyone is okay. Good to see you guys.
It's definitely good to see you too. And that side, it looks so bright. It must be a bright day.
I'm enjoying the sun right now. I'm sunbasting.
Okay.
Great. So, and it's
but remember, we share the same time. So it's almost 20:30 or something. What time is it now?
Yeah, 2024.
Is it all the time that we share the same time?
Yes, we are. If you remember on the map, we share the same latitude. That latitude, the line, we are almost the same. Zambia is down there in the south. Me, I'm all the way up here. Me, I'm near the North Pole.
So those lines of latitude, longitude, they are actually very real.
Geography.
Indeed. And some people were actually, saying, let's get rid of certain things in our syllabus, that are not making sense, not knowing that, every aspect in its own right is very important.
Yes.
All right, without much ado, let's get to the first story. And on the other side, we have reactions.
They're coming.
Time. A case has gone through this quickly, and a conviction has been acquired. But then that brings me to a question, because as you know, when this issue started, there were big names, there were big fishes that were mentioned. Okay, and I tend to wonder as a leader, I'm thinking we may not be that dark, and we can still analyze issues. And I'm thinking probably that's why this issue has received the express, what do you call it, honorable? Attention, the express attention. It's because maybe there are some things that people are trying to push under the carpet. For me, I want to call on the police to ensure that this case is not left
for James and Matthews, unfortunately. And they also have to take responsibility for the failings of the system to provide security. Like we are saying, we are no longer feeling safe in our own homes. We are not feeling safe in the streets, in the educational institutions. We are not feeling safe even in the church. We do not feel safe in the workplaces. We do not feel safe anywhere and everywhere as the female gender. And so who takes responsibility? It is the state. And in any case, what we are asking for, under civil and political rights, they are justiciable. And the state takes responsibility, and they have compensated, we know, people in the past. And so we are saying, even in this case, socio-economic justice has to be seen to be done. to the 13 girls, and to the families. You've heard. It's not just about the individual girls now. It's their families, the fabric of family. It is our society. Every Zambian has been injured because of the abduction of the 13 girls. So government has to take responsibility, and I will allow the law to add from a legal perspective.
Okay, Charles, I was not able to hear you. Kelewai, can you hear him? I'm sure the usual connectivity issues. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I think those clips about the abducted girls and the sentencing that took place during the week. They were sentenced to, is it 650 years? And those were some of the reactions. The NGOCC, they want to take the government to court over the same. And then those the Patriotic Front Mfue MP, Mrs. Is it Miss Maureen Mawonga, who at their briefing was saying there's more to it. Chaza, you're back.
Yeah, you can imagine. I was expecting just that.
Yeah, the usual connectivity issues.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just mentioning about the clips. I think the first clip was talking about that was showing the day that those two abductors were actually sentenced to should be 650 years imprisonment. Then the other clip was about the NGOCC that are saying they want to take government to task, to court for the abduction. And then the last clip was the PFMP saying this case was treated with a lot of urgency. Maybe there's something that is being hidden or something like that. Yeah. But let me hand it back over to you, Jazz.
Thank you so much, and thank you. You've actually, run us through what those clips were about, and I think right now is the opinions, the reactions that I'll invite from your people, including those people that are actually, following. They can drop us a comment or click on the link that we are yet to share in the comment section, and of course. We'll be glad to know that they are following the program, and alternatively, they can even call us live right here on the program, and the number is actually beamed right on the screen. Let me invite Mr. Mkelewai to be the first to react to these stories.
Well, thank you so much, Chaza. I don't know where to start. What were those women complaining about, or were they complaining at the time when they were the key were women? Those girls were abducted, or now that the judgment has been passed? If I may ask.
CJ, you are smiling. Probably react to that question.
They were complaining just a few days ago after the judgment was passed.
What's their cry?
Which ones?
What is it that they want? The women, what they want compensation? Yes.
Yeah, they are saying the families need to be compensated. They are saying the women now, don't feel safe anywhere, whether at school, in the community, because government is supposed to protect its citizens. But those abductions show that government failed in one way or the other.
So which ministry? The Ministry of Home Affairs, or rather the police? Okay, sometimes I know Zambians, it's better to be very sincere. We know that they want to air their views so that they could be heard. And I know as I used to be, or still, a human rights activist, I know their position, the reason why they are crying. So those girls, if they have a reasonable, or they have a cause of action, if they want to take action against the state, they are free to do so. But I don't know what will be their claim, because they were just merely victims of a criminal, unlawful acts by fellow citizens. But we know there is the law. The government has already provided the law, and the police acted swiftly. Of course, they were informed by citizens, and they went and apprehended the suspects, and the suspects went through the normal procedure, criminal procedures, and they were found guilty. And today they have been handed a sentence of life imprisonment. So I was thinking that when I heard that clip, I thought it was the women were talking about the sentence that either was very harsh. They are supposed to, the judgment should have been, the judges should have been lenient over the sentence, that the punishment was too harsh. But they are crying that they want to sue the government for compensation. Napa kwamba pa tapari, because I am surprised. I don't know. The only best thing we can do is to simply advise our institutions, government institutions, to say that they should pull up their socks when it comes to cases of such nature, because this abduction, I think it is from the Zambian point of view, the historical point of view, we have never experienced such a case before. If they are there, they are very few, and it was even new for the police. You know, there's technology. Those boys, the abductors, they were using technology. They could not be traced. It was a little bit difficult for the police to investigate. They had their own challenges, of course, but the police tried. I cannot speak for them. They tried, even though they were slow. We blamed them. We bombarded them with their way of investigations. But should it be their fault, honestly, today? Should the police be held accountable for the abduction? I think we should just say thank you to the government and the court system for having shown that boys the rightful way. And if there's anyone out there who has any intentions to abduct, remember that they will be snatched out of this planet, or their freedom will be taken away in perpetuity, where they have to go and rot in prison. And remember, our Zambian prisons, they are not hotel. Our Zambian prisons are more like death camps. You go in there, there are a lot of diseases that you cannot survive 1 year, 2 years. For you to survive that long, you must have a good immune system or strong immune system. It's the situation that people pass through. Those that are incarcerated today, I promise you, once the freedom is taken away from you, that area is not a place to go. So if there's anyone who wants to go through the same, wants to commit such crimes, remember, you will go in. Your freedom will be taken away. No internet, no WhatsApp, no phones, no food. The food you'll be receiving, but it will be decided what you are going to eat, how to sleep. You can't sleep on your normal bed. There are mattresses, we are told, but I don't think you a new criminal that has been sentenced will be sleeping on mattresses, because there are a lot of issues. Ask what's her name again? Madam Mumbi Piri, who was in prison. She will tell you how the situation is in prison, especially in Chimbwakaila or Mukobeko and other prisons. The only prison that I'm told it was a little bit cleaner, it's a Livingston prison. The rest, those are death camps. You'll be killing yourself softly. So do not even think of committing such crimes. So those boys, I just pray for them that their lawyers should take up the matter and appeal for lenience, maybe in the Supreme Court, that the punishment is just too harsh, in my opinion, that they can ask for even 30 years or 20 years prison sentence so that they are reformed, because the main purpose of going to prison is to rehabilitate some people, to reform so that they can be good citizens. And those are young boys and those are young kids, boys that can be productive tomorrow if they promise to change. But the punishment, yes, the punishment, they should be handled with a good punishment. But I feel life sentence, that to me, in my own individual capacity, I feel that was just too harsh. Probably they can be pardoned by the president after 5 or 10 years or so. Otherwise, unless they killed someone, but if they did not kill, they abducted, and according to our laws, if the punishment of abduction is not death penalty or life imprisonment, then I think the judges should have been lenient to the boys and give them at least a reasonable punishment. Yes, they need to be punished, and that's my take.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukelewa. We do appreciate. What about you, CJ? What is your viewpoint, as regards this story?
Thank you, Chaza. Okay. Inkani yama abductors. Personally, I feel there is more to it. Okay, there is more to it than what we've just seen in the media and the sentencing. Yeah, is it 650 years? Meaning, it comes about in life. I don't know why it's when I come about life. Anyway, those are legal terms, they understand them themselves. Because Rongatin sentence, Rongatin 100 years. Those guys were 20 chan, mama, I don't know. Okay? They will not even be in prison for 200 years. So the 600 and anyway, these legal things sometimes they are confusing, and sometimes to a layman they don't make sense, but to lawyers, I don't know, they thrive on them. Coming to their actions, okay, actions, yama guys were in bad. The sentencing, okay, I would say it's okay, but I haven't really gone through the what do you call it? I haven't had opportunity. Yes, I haven't had an opportunity to read the actual judgment. I don't know if it has been posted yet. Now, what makes me feel there's more to it than what has just been in the public space. Those two were saying for them it was like a game to them. Okay, it was like a game. They did all that. If you look at abducting 13 people, 13 girls, it's I wouldn't call it a game, and it's not a simple thing. Okay, 13 different people. Mwagwira omozi lero mairoro, I don't know, after a few days Mwagwira winango 13 wakwana, and it went over, I don't know if it was over 8 months. Police are failing to apprehend them, and those guys were feeding those 13 people 18 months. Izo ni ndarama ni budget kakari yako. Feeding 13 people. Even if enzo kwa fasting is but come on. And those are ladies. They are women. They have sanitary needs and all that. Those guys, from some of the testimonies or videos that were circulating, those guys were feeding them, taking care of them. For me, something, okay, tells me it's not just those two, okay? For me, something tells me it's not just those two. But then if you read through what is on social media and some of the testimony that they were giving in court, they say there's some witchcraft. Okay, they were threatening those ladies with witchcraft and all that. But come on, palo with witchcraft. Siri maningita no amafuna actual evidence according to vintu mwene venzo chitikira. So okay, there is more. And okay, for me, I would like to have maybe an investigative, whether it's journalism or tech, something that can be done so that the public is given more information as to the experience of those girls since they are out now. Just that maybe it might be traumatizing going through the experiences, but it would be good to have an investigative report or something that will be able to bring out some of the things, because I feel there is a lot. Because response from the police at some point was kind of throwing people off, where police were saying something else and what was actually obtaining was something else. So for me, I feel yes, there's something more there. Tikarikufuna kumvesesesa some of the things venza kuchiteka. In terms of the NGOCC, for them that want to sue government, anyway, activists have a lot of angles in which they view things and approach things. If they're able to push that and get some form of compensation that can assist the families of those people, well and good, they can go ahead, because yes, those ladies, they do need help so that they do not have that stigma, and whatever interruptions that they had to their lives can be cushioned in one way or the other. That's my take on that one.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated, for those views as regards, this story. And quite interesting, like CJ, you have, indicated a lot of stories, a lot of reactions surrounding, this particular story. And indeed, we would like to know what unfolds and what is really behind this story, the speculations and all. This is your program, My Point of View, and it's all yours for you to react to the stories that we do give you. Let's go to the next story, and we'll see you on the other side.
I have fought with my people and the people that love me, especially the Zambian people that love me a lot, who actually showed me that, Kings, we trusted you, we believed in you, and this is what you have done to us. There is no way you can show sides. You are a public figure. And as a public figure, number one, I'm very sorry for taking sides, especially during campaigns. And this, I apologize to my Zambian people, my fans, pastors, my mothers, and everyone that believes in my calling, believes in my music. I really apologize. Those who are here, those who are abroad, Please take this to your heart and find it in your heart to forgive me. It will never happen again. I will not walk carelessly like that. I've learned politicians come and go, and our gifts remain, and you remain our supporters. I will not take sides, not again in my life. And thank you so much for such prayers.
It is not necessary.
So, no, actually, I was very rude, and I want to apologize.
Do you remember how you?
Yes, I was rude.
Do you remember how you described community house?
Exactly, I was rude
as a chicken run.
Yes, I was rude.
Yeah,
and annoyed at the same time because I've been persecuted several times without doing nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me take this opportunity to apologize once more. I wrote a letter to President Akainde Chima, and that letter I explained a lot of things, and I told him, sir, we have to open up a new page, and that letter is sitting at State House right now because I wrote that letter, I think 6-7 months ago, and I just want to say, President Akainde Chima, I was annoyed and frustrated with all these things. That's why I had to say what I said, and I'm sorry to him, and I'm sorry to the people of Zambia, because that was not politics, that was a person assassination. So for me, that is not what I believe in. I believe in civil politics, where we discuss real issues. So on that score, I want to say sorry for using those words. But going to the DG,
there we have it. It's a week has been bombarded by apologies, political apologies. Kings Malembe there, and also the bulldozer have managed to apologize. CJ, you are smiling. I invite you first.
At it's been raining apologies this week. Yeah. Wow. Okay, let me start with Mr. Mumbi, Brother Kings. Well, I the time that PF was in power, there's a certain way that musicians had started aligning themselves to PF, others to UPND, that kind of a thing, and we saw how that affected their careers in one way or the other. Yes, we do understand it's a business, but like he said, when they start taking it personal, where now they just start campaigning for political parties, what they start doing now is they're drawing lines, and even their followers get affected with that. Okay, so for them to be, they have a personal, it's a personal right to follow whatever party that they have. But in terms of business and the landscape that we have in Zambia, it's a tricky thing for them to start campaigning for a political party. Let it just be business, and then they continue. But in terms of siding, and the problem is that the kind of politics that we have is such that I don't know, there's always this kind of enmity that goes on. So you find when one person identifies themselves with party A, then it means they become an enemy of party B, party C, and there's all this exchange of words back and forth. But going forward, especially for those that are Christians, I would rather they do not align themselves, they do not publicly align themselves to any political party. Because if they're going to want to do their work as a Christian, to minister, then now it becomes a problem, because people start looking at them as cadres. And cadarism doesn't get much respect from people in our country. So for Christians, let them just remain neutral when it comes to political issues. It's good that he's made that apology, though it has been received with mixed feelings, and others are saying Kone Kamonga Nindarama cheze wafagako nzeru, that they are interested in, they just do things for the money. Maybe nawe vafuno kopereza vafuno chaya kafira Hero Stadium and that kind of a thing. So people always have what to say. They always have their own opinions. Coming to the bulldozer, wakalamba va Lusambo. Hey, yeah, in their time, he was really hot. Very, very, very hot. Okay. And there's that, I don't know, Niwakulu. So for me to say, there's that arrogance that was there. Very awkward, But the way he used to approach things, sometimes he would come out very sarcastic, and you would wonder. Okay, it's good that he has made the apology. He made the apology, and I like the way he's approaching or coming out of late, because I've seen there's some soberness in some of the things that he started saying, where he's noticed that government has done something good, he's able to say, yes, here they've done something good, but on this one, I think they've messed up. They need to relook at it, and A, B, C, D. That is the kind of politics that we want, where people really look at issues, not just criticizing anything just because they're in opposition. Whether it is a good thing, they find a problem to a solution. It's that's the wrong way to go, And generally, for me, I don't like people who always have problems to solutions. That is a very it's a retrogressive way of doing things. If there's a problem, give a solution. If a solution has been given, don't turn it into a problem. If there's a better solution, offer a better solution to the solution that has been given, than just turning down, and it's like you are just I don't know if I can use the word prophet of doom, or you just want everything to be bad. Come on. Politicians need to be able to push the sitting government to do correct things. When they do correct things, they tell them, yes, you've done correct, but you can do better if you do A, B, C, D, than just criticizing everything, because we only have one country. And if politicians are able to really give proper challenges where people are able to see that sense, it will push the sitting government to do correct things, and as a country we are going to develop. Than a situation whereby even a government has done something good, but here they come, the opposition, just arguing, and when you look at it, they're just trying to get political chan. And we start getting worried, because we start to think, manje wewe wakangena government nishivisankala bwanji. So it's a good thing that he apologized, and I hope he continues on the trajectory of dealing with issues than previously, the way it was, where it is just attack. It doesn't matter what has happened, it's just attack. That's my take on that issue. Back to you, Chaz.
Thank you so much, CJ. You know, we do appreciate, and I think we can't put it any better than that. Mr. Mkelebai.
Yes, Chaza. Michibemba mulandati mwebabemba. I don't know if you're a Bemba. Bamuselela kwa kava. Human being by nature, just by nature. They love pleasure. We love pleasure by nature, and we avoid pain at all costs. We would try to avoid pain.
Generally, you know, so common amongst politicians.
Yes. At the same time, here we are in a democratic dispensation, and we need to accept the fact that anybody has the right to their own opinion, and they have the right to belong to any political party of their own choice. No matter how terrible that political party may be or how good that political party may be. It is your democratic right to belong to any party. So for those people that are defecting, going to join other places, yes, you are free to exercise your right. However, it's the timing. People can tell what you are busy following. If you have become a political prostitute, they will know that this person wants just something out of his movement. Yeah. So otherwise, let me start with Lusambo. Lusambo's apology is not, well, he may have said that, he said it out of, it came as a result of a question that was posed to him. You know, it was not that he came to that program to apologize. No. That apology came as a result of a question that was posed by a journalist, and then he realized that what he was saying or what he did previously or how he personally attacked the incumbent today was so bad, and it's on record today. Every Zambian have it on their gadgets. They know, they have seen how this gentleman has. So that's why we say you have to be careful what you say today, because tomorrow, the very words that you use will be used against you tomorrow. And today, here we are. We see the people that were busy insulting the incumbent, the person that they doubted, because we knew that they doubted this current president, that he was not fit to be a president by virtue of being Tonga, or by virtue of being who he is. They called him names, and then he surprised them. Today, he is in leadership. He has the instrument of power, and he is performing. He is actually walking the talk. And then they now realize to say, oh my God, this is the person that is proving them wrong. Whatever they accused him, he is busy proving them wrong, because people, they went out there to the people to call him names and tell the people, this person is a liar, this person is a dictator, this person is a what and what. But now the people that voted him, they see. And today is a living proof that this man is as humble as a saint. And people are now realizing to say, then who has been lying to us? So they know who is a liar. They know who is been deceiving. So now they've realized. That's why these guys, they've lost one, popularity. Two, they've lost any respect from well-meaning, including their fellow politicians. That's why now you see them fighting. They are fighting within their own reign. They are busy pointing finger and running away, coming to the media so they can save their shadows. Sorry, damage has already been made. We can accept your apology, but we cannot forget what you went through. We know. Should we repeat the mistake by putting you in authority? Then it's us who to blame. Because they say, fool me once, you know, shame on you. fool me twice, shame on me. So we can't go that way anymore. So and the other thing that I know, the reason why you see this defection, apologies, whatever they call it, change of mind, they claim they didn't know. No, they knew. It's because they know. You know, the cases that were in court that they are facing are almost getting closer to the judgment. Very soon, the court, they are starting handing the judgment. So they know that when the court has made the pronouncement, has sentenced you to prison, the only person, if the punishment is so high, like the life sentence that they gave to these kids, the only person that can help them to come out, it's either the president himself, by using his prerogative of mercy, by pardoning such people. So what do you see? You will see that many politicians who knows that they stole, who knows that their game is over, and their cases are now going to be, definitely some of them, their lawyers have already told them that we don't have a good case here because you are found with this colossal sum of money, or you are found with this property unexplainable. You are not explaining how you manage, and your case are almost, you are going. Their lawyers have told them. So nobody's going to lie to us. So they know that the game is over. The next place for them is prison. How do they want to avoid? The only way to avoid is to align themselves with the current authorities so that they could receive some kind of lenience, chikuku, forgiveness, so that maybe one day they could even be pardoned. Others, they will be pushing, will be close to the DPP, asking the DP, please, tupenko kanole na ifwe, kanole nomana kasanduko kwa kwati ka muntu. You know, so we know why. That's why you have this showering of the rains of apologies and change of mind. Yes, they can change their mind. There's no problem. We welcome that. To error is human, and we are a Christian nation. We will forgive them, but we are not going to forget what they put us through. Coming to Malembe, it's the same thing. Birds of same feathers flock together. Malembe's case is that his music has suffered. People are no longer buying his album. Whenever he prays, when he calls God, we know that no. Talk about politics, then we'll connect him with the politicians. Every time he produces the word, I love you, may God bless you, we know that you don't mean that. Because the people that you associate yourselves with were people that were so brutal, and they were busy killing people, but you did nothing. In the name of Jesus, you were busy calling God, calling people that were persecuting the chosen one. And now you are coming back to realization to say, oh, if into nafichinjapa, there's no business for you, no more income coming for you. People have realized it's not the government, it's not Akainde Chilema. No, it is the people that you deceived that have decided to stop buying your music, that have decided to stop listening to you. They would rather go to your maps than going to a concert of a Christian who is who may be called who may be alleged to be a what? A hypocrite. So you have to be very careful in what you do. Don't mix business and pleasure. And don't mix religion. Like my brother here, Chubonta, has put it. The mistake we make, especially Mwema musicians and Mwema Christians, you want to be involving yourselves in politics and choose sides. That's a danger. That's the very dangerous recipe, because the people you congregate with, the people the people that are following you, they actually belong to political parties, different political parties. So that is where you need to be neutral and embrace everyone. And let me not waste time, because Ababa Lumendo, We know why they are rendering interim apologies to Abo. We can simply say we have received, we have heard, not tumfwa, but we know that old habits die hard. So we can understand and receive your apologies, but we will never forget and we will never make the mistake again. Remember that. Zambians are clever. Zambians they know. They are a disciplinary committee. They know how to discipline. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's the reaction to those apologies. Reaction coming from Mr. Mukelebai, and we also heard the opinion coming from CJ. And Lucky Dube sang that do not close the door behind you because you might want to use it someday. Don't burn that bridge. That enemy that you have today could be your best friend tomorrow and vice versa. So the words that you say today may come and haunt you tomorrow. So we need to watch out and be careful what we say and do today, because tomorrow we may be there to regret. And truly, let us get to love one another, from the depth of our hearts. Let's proceed to the next story.
Somebody my shorts. Yeah, I guess so.
There we have it. CJ, your reaction. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, indeed, we can hear you. You can go ahead.
Okay, so this case of the houses, yeah, there were a lot of stories going on. I don't know if those have been verified, if they are true or not. That couple is related to, I don't know if it's the finance minister or something like that. At some point, it was a political thing where the PF were being pointed out to say they are the ones that have a hand in that one, and then at some point PF were also pointing at people in UPND. Okay, so it's good that ACC pushed the matter to this logical conclusion where the court has ruled, and we can say, I don't know if those properties have been forfeited to them, though from what I read, it's a case where they failed to prove that their income, based on their income, they are able to check that against the value of those properties, meaning their income is not able to give them that property. Somewhere they claimed that those, I don't know if it's a Tanzanian business partner who funded the project and whatever, but then the same funds were not declared to ZRA. There was no evidence to that effect, and as such, the conviction was upheld in that manner. Anyway, usually social media doesn't tend. I don't know. We don't really get to have proper, let me say, full information. Sometimes we just have snippets of these things, and you find even as we are coming to conclusions, we still have a lot of question marks. Okay, because like for that case, what was the real source of that money? Okay, was it proved beyond doubt that yes, it came from the Tanzanian business person, or it remains an allegation, it's just a claim? Okay, and how anyway, I still have question marks over this, but anyway, for now we have kind of some temporal closure to the 48 houses, which is now 51, the 51 houses. Yeah, and SEC seems to be very happy that they have reached a conviction on this one, though others are still saying maybe these guys can still try to push for an appeal and see maybe they can have grounds to challenge that conviction. Others are saying, I don't know if is it 3 years that they were given at Ayachepa, 3 years wakachoka, they'll still get back and enjoy whatever. But I'm under the assumption that those properties are being forfeited to the state. So if that is the case, it's a good thing. But if after 3 years they have access to them, or any other properties which they acquired and they can't account for, then 3 years is sipanka sense. I rest my case there.
All right. Thank you so much, CJ. And really would like to see, every person who's got, wealth, which is not having its traces, its source, to be investigated, so that we get to, have some people, to account, for everything that they possess. Mr. Mkelebai.
Zambians should be proud of the SEC today. They should celebrate, because when the prosecutors, the SEC, the government wins, it's not the government that wins, it's the people of Zambia that should celebrate, because two individuals, they wanted to deprive the Zambian people out of their own hard-earned money. And today we are being vindicated. Those people have been found guilty with the case to answer. They have failed to account for the properties. And those properties, definitely they are back to the state, because the state, in the first place, when the case started, the state did put a seizure on those properties, meaning they want to prove, because if the decision of the judgment of the court was otherwise, then the court would have ordered to simply say, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. But now it is the other way around. Those properties, the monies, the income that was used to build those 51 properties by this couple. They have failed to show proof. And the state has proven this case beyond reasonable doubt. So it's okay. Even though they will receive 3 years incarceration, I believe there could be also loss of those properties, by the way. So that is now, those 51 belongs to the government. And the government, they have the right, they are at liberty to sell the properties or convert them into dormitories for the students. I don't know. We'll find a way. We have the good leadership. This is what I've been telling you to say. It is time, because justice delayed is justice denied. Now it's been almost two years from the time these cases started, and here we are today, beginning to receive convictions. And that's why I told you earlier in my first statement that you will see those who are guilty, those who knows that they have nothing, they will start aligning themselves to who? To the current authorities, so that they could be given some kind of lenience, because they know most of these guys, they will fail to produce evidence or to convince the court, to show the court how they managed to amass such kind of wealth within a stipulated period of time. They possessed those properties, a lot of those properties. That's why this crime court, this proceeds of crime procedure that was taken by the government, I think it was a perfect way to retrieve state stolen properties and monies. And we know that the courts, they are not going to sit back. Yes, the punishment may be simply not okay. It was so lenient. There was the court, I don't know whether it's because of the jurisdictions, maybe it's the magistrate who gave them that. If they went to the higher court, probably they may even get more years. But what is important is that we have gotten back the monies or the properties. Now they belong to the state, and the people involved have been found guilty. And this is a warning to every current government today, people that are working in government, to be very mindful on what you own, because we may come for you to ask for you to account how, and keep receipts, please. That's why kulinama receipts, and you keep the tax, the way you pay tax, whatever, all those documentation, keep them in order, so that when you are visited, you are able to show proof. Without proof, we get the properties, and we are going to get most of these properties. We are getting them. So I'm very thankful to the ACC and Zambian as a country, that we are doing the right thing. We are on the right trajectory. Please, let's move forward and support this current government. This current, the ACC, they are doing a good, tremendous job, and we should rally behind them and help them. Let the citizen that knows anything come forward. Anything relating to the cases they are pursuing. Please, citizens, we know, well, some of you are family members. Come forward. Help the ACC to sort out this problem, because that the monies they are recovering and properties, they don't belong to the ACC. Those belong to you and me as citizens.
Tiambe kunenera ma relatives yatu sure.
Yeah, we don't want Masholi. We don't want Wakabwalala. Because what kind of example are we going to lead to our future generation? If you are busy abating your own relative, there is to Sakatan drama an unexplainable amount of money in the house, and you want it to just be like that, to be quiet. You don't want to say a thing. and you call
Blood
yourself
is
a
thicker
Christian.
than water.
And you call yourself a Christian. That's the biggest sin you can ever do. So
You
come
know,
out.
Chaza, Inkani, Chaza, Inkani, it reminds me of Iyaba Daddy Solungu, which is in court. So we are just waiting and seeing. Kaili it's in court stinga kambe maningi.
Yeah. Bazamangiwa, tipoka. If you can't produce evidence, that's the beauty of this law, of this approach they have taken. The government has taken a very good approach. So we want properties to be retrieved.
And then problem ya kuri wa Daddy Solungu, they've even added money laundering among the charges.
Yeah. Why not? Let him, the prosecutors, they're going to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt.
We are certainly waiting to hear the outcome of the court. And, you know, most of these cases are very interesting because I think where we are coming from, you know, it was very easy to actually, you know, have money, you know, wealth that, you know, seemingly came from heaven, and the people that are toiling are not even having anything close to what
miracle money.
That's miracle money.
Some people were even burning some notes, you know, in broad daylight, and even posting on social media, bragging while people were suffering. I think it's high time that arm of the law visited such people so that we get to value the value that is in toil. Let's get to the last story due to time. And on the side, we wrap up with our reactions.
Cancel the mining license. Cancel the mining license. Cancel the mining license. Cancel the mining license. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Nechaye, nechaye, nechaye to the fire. Vatanda kisi mule fire. Natisi wa kwelene. Vatanda kisi mule fire.
Where's the microphone? Ladies and gentlemen, let me come closer. Media. Media. Prime. No. You can just address us. On behalf of all the organizers of this event, Caritas, TIZ, Miju Care, Conservation Advocates, Save Zambezi, Save Zambezi, Southern African Resource Watch, Transparency International, Publish What You Pay Zambia, Namfumo Conservation Trust, and the Joint Country Program from the Norwegian Church Aid. I'd like to thank all of you for braving the code in the morning and marching with us for this noble cause. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zambezi River is the backbone and lifeline of our beloved country. Yes, Zambia. In fact, our nation's very name is derived from the Zambezi. Does anyone know that Zambia is named after Zambezi? That's where the name Zambia comes from, in case you didn't know. Needless to say that the Zambezi River is an integral part of our national identity and is our crown jewel, which we should treasure and guard jealously. Guard jealously, I'll repeat. This river, the Zambezi, supports not only Zambia, but our neighbors as well, Angola, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe. Yes. Supplying them with water for the Kariba Dam and the Kabora Bassa Dam, which are not only used for electricity, but are also used for fishing and a lot of tourism activities. Further, the
All right, we can see, people protesting there, and the question is, are they protesting for a noble cause, or their protest is it meritorious or unmeritorious? Let me invite Mr. Mkelewai to come first.
Hi. Yes, please. Well, the protest, we have a very the good government that is in place today that allow people to air their views. And that protest, to me, I felt it was a legitimate protest. And as they have the right to environmental justice, so in that aspect, I would simply echo the voices of the protesters that if there are any illicit activities that may that the government or the private sector wishes to undertake that would damage the ecosystem or that will violate the nature of our river and the people around the area, then the people, the citizens have the right to voice out, and relevant organizations have the right to petition or even go to court and apply for an injunction restraining anyone from wanting to start mining in the area or putting up some developmental projects if the area is secured or is preserved for historical reasons. Then I think people have the right to protest, and the government and other relevant authorities are supposed to hear them and give alternative solutions to their cry. Otherwise, I support environmental justice protests. It's high time we started speaking out when we see injustices taking place in a country. We don't want the business world to do things however they want just because they have the capacity, they have the money. But if their development comes to hinge on our enjoyment of nature and peace and tranquility, we are at liberty to actually institute and proceedings or legal proceedings against such kind of undertaking. So, and protest is one of the right way to do things, and from there, the people that are protesting may take up the case further, either try to resolve the matters administratively or proceed for litigation. So it's really entirely up to the government to listen to the people and give them an ear and offer an equal and win-win solution where people are happy and the government or the people, the investors that ever intend to come and start mining or extracting something from our river, or we have to have a win-win solution. So that being said, I think the protest was fine and it was okay, and we should respect and applaud those people that stood up for such cause, so a good cause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mukelebai. We do appreciate, and I have seen that we have a message there coming from Pesi, and Pesi is saying the river is also used for drinking water in the Luangwa district. Thank you so much. We do appreciate, and it's good to know that you are right with us on the program. Let me get to hear what CJ has got to say over this issue. CJ, your reaction.
Thank you, Chaza. Initially, I thought it's connected to the mining that is happening in Pika, the eco gold mining that is happening in Pika. I don't know if it's the MP that side has been complaining that there's a company that has moved equipment and is mining illegally there. And in Parliament, the mines minister was saying they haven't issued any license. So it's also a matter of concern there, where titina godi Mzambia ka ero bantu vaikumba mahala tsabe na nkongole zane tili nazo hizi. Come on. Now, coming to this particular clip, which is highlighting environmental concerns and the Lower Zambezi issue, it has been ongoing for quite some time. Okay, this advocacy has been there, and there have been a lot of concerns that have been raised in that when a place is cleared for mining, it impacts the environment negatively. Okay, and they would rather have the environment preserved so that the wildlife natural habitat is kept the way it is, and we benefit from the tourism and other ways, because mining minerals are a wasting asset, and usually when they start digging around, it starts to disturb a lot of things. So there's a question of which outweighs which one. Do the benefits of mining outweigh the concerns that the environmentalists are bringing about, or what? Okay, if mining is given a go-ahead, that is full-scale mining to go ahead, what are the benefits that are going to come out of it? If we compare to the tourism aspect and the nature aspect in terms of obeying the ecosystem and the like, what are the benefits? What are the locals also saying? What is it the Environmental Council? What has the impact assessment report brought out concerning those activities in that area? So they've highlighted a number of issues where they are saying there are a lot of concerns the environment will be affected negatively, and calling for mining. not to take place in that area, just like he was explaining in the clip. Well, these days there's been a lot of drive to clean energy, renewable energy, and looking at the environment in a friendly way. And mining is not friendly to the environment. Now, my personal opinion, if the impact assessment is showing that it will be affected negatively, then government should just put its foot down and just say, hold up, this one, no. Let us preserve the parks, let us preserve this, because those are strategic areas, okay? If they are damaged, you find a lot of other things get affected. Every now and then, let me say every year, we complain about low levels of water in Shan, in what is this, Kariba, where we generate electricity. Some of these mining activities do have effects on these streams, on a number of environmental issues. So if the assessment shows that there are adverse effects that will come out of the mining activities, government should just put their foot down and say no mining in these areas. Let them mine in areas where the impact assessment shows it's okay, there's minimal damage to environment, to and even when it comes to economic benefit, those areas will yield more economic benefit if mining is done in that area as opposed to whatever other activities there. I think on that one, I'll rest my case there. It's environment versus economic benefit, and so government has to choose which one to go for.
All right, CJ, we do appreciate, your reactions, your opinions right here. Not forgetting Mr. Mukelebai. And, it's been a great time right here, just like any other Saturday. And listeners, viewers out there, we value your actually, following, this program every time. And remember, this program comes your way every Saturday at 8 p.m. right to 9 p.m. right here on Ubuntu channel. And do make a date with us. Your reactions, your viewpoints, your participation is highly appreciated. If you can join us right here, we'll definitely get to appreciate and get to hear what you have on the stories that we actually give you. Not only that, and also to let us know where you are following from. This has been my point of view right here on our Ubuntu channel. And my panelist, once more, was comprising CJ Chibonta Jule and Mr. Mukelebai. From me, Chaza, I'm saying God bless you all. Till next time, we are out of here.